Okay, it's a Monday and I don't work. And there's a ton of snow on the ground. So I think I'll be running errands, but maybe not. We'll see. I think the roads are clear though. But it is certainly very cold. All right, so we've got mushroom egg Spaetzle from Aldi. It's their Deutsche Küche. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. But it's their mushroom egg Spaetzle. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong too. I apologize. And what's the first thing we need to do? Okay. Add 2 cups of cold water to a medium saucepan. Oh, so we don't have to actually bring it to a boil. We need to stir in the contents of the bag. Okay, that's good to know. So apparently you combine it before you bring it to a boil. So we're going to do that. Okay, a spoon here. Yes. I have had this in the past, although it's been a while. In fact, it was probably last winter. And in my experience with Spaetzle, it was a very similar dish that was popular in Poland. It kind of needs some help. So in some of the reviews for this product, they're like, oh, it tastes kind of flat. Doesn't taste like, whatever, grandma's recipe. I think that the whole problem is, even though the package does not instruct you, as far as I know, yeah, it just says basically combine it and then cook for 12 minutes. That's it. White mushroom sauce. But it doesn't say to add anything. And in my experience, Spaetzle needs a little bit of butter or sour cream or something. You cannot just cook it in broth, serve it to somebody, and expect them to be amazed. So, all right, while we wait for this to come to a boil, I'm assuming we turn it down at some point. Clearly, my reading comprehension skills have gone downhill and I need an IEP. Bring to a boil while, yeah, cook over medium heat. Okay, so you got to turn it down after it boils. So we have sour cream ready. Pardon the thumping sound. That's the water on the bottom of the pan. And while that's coming to a boil, I'm going to do the other thing that I found improves most mushroom dishes, which is saute a few mushrooms. If I had fresh mushrooms, I would saute fresh mushrooms. I don't. But what I do have is leftover canned mushrooms from the last time I made the pepperoni. No, I think it was just mushroom. Mushroom pizza for Bob. He likes mushrooms on his pizza. And I do too, although not to the extent that he does. So we're going to saute this, and then I'm going to serve it with, how many eggs do I have left in this one? I have a whole other dozen. These are the $3 a dozen eggs I get from Hungry Harvest. Sodder's cage-free eggs. No something I need to read. No hormones, no antibiotics, vegetarian feed. Non-GMO? Cage-free, yeah. So, certified humane. Okay. So, I haven't ordered from Hungry Harvest in a couple weeks. So, the marketplace opens there at 2 p.m., so I will probably be ordering from them today. And I'm kind of curious what with the whole avian flu affecting everything, how much a dozen eggs can be. So, we're going to come back when it's more exciting, like when that's boiling. I don't even know if that's going to get crisp. But anyway, long story short, I know, too late. I'm going to have this for breakfast with a fried egg on the side. And we're going to say that elevates this Spaetzle. Okay, it's definitely getting more exciting. The mushrooms actually did end up crisping up nicely. I'm quite pleased about that. Didn't even know that was possible. All right, we've got about 3 minutes left on the Spaetzle. I'm going to cook an egg. Let's see. These also tend to run double yolked, so we're going to see if this one is a double yolk. It's not like a cage-free thing. It's more like jumbo. If you have a jumbo egg, the odds of it being, I don't know, what would be the term? Twins? Are higher. shell. We're going to push that to the side. I have never had any luck with getting shell fragments out of a pan. People have told me all kinds of tricks, like, oh, just use the rest of the shell. We're going to try that. It's probably going to fail. Oh, I got it. Oh, it does work. All right. And I just realized I'm going to need to dump the compost today as well, because it is overflowing. So I'm going to have to drop that off at the compost station. And this has about 2 more minutes left too. I think we're going to uncover it and let it finish. All right. I don't want to drag the pot over to the camera, so instead we're going to drag the camera over to the pot. So here is what the Spaetzle looks like. So it is almost done. It's almost, consistency-wise, it's almost like a risotto, in which in the last couple minutes you really have to babysit it a lot. Like an egg. I'm going to pull this off heat because I don't want it getting too done. So I'm going to use this residual heat to warm up the mushrooms. They, like the egg, are going to be a topper. All right, and we are going to turn this up for the last minutes and probably dump in some sour cream. One of the quirks of my kitchen is that I have coffee spoons, but I almost never use them for coffee. I have a set of 8, 6? I think it's 8. I have a set of 8, and basically I use them for tasting purposes. I will taste something out of a pot, but rather than put this back in the pot, go straight in the dishwasher. One of my pet peeves is when people taste something that's cooking out of the spoon that they're using to stir it with, and then put all that saliva back in the pot. Instantly makes me go like, yeah, I'm not hungry. So probably about that much. Which is about, I don't know, is that a tablespoonful? Now it is. In my experience, that is about all it takes to take Spaetzle from boring to not boring at all. And of course, the addition of some toppings. And this is almost done. This is done. Okay, so we're going to put the sour cream in. And the tasting spoon's going to go straight in the dishwasher. So that's what that looks like. And we're just going to stir this in. And just the addition of a little bit of sour cream makes all the difference. All right, so we're going to plate this up and taste it. This, according to the packet, makes 2 servings for 270 calories. I don't think I'm going to need half that pot for breakfast. So I think I'm going to have like a third of it because I have the egg and the mushrooms. And I suspect that some people are going to be like, pasta for breakfast? But for every person who has that reaction, there's probably another going like, okay, I'm not the only weirdo to eat pasta for breakfast. I love it. I had it first when I was definitely not in my parents' house. They were not exciting enough to have pasta for breakfast. I think I had it when I was like 10 at a friend's house when I was staying the night. And her mom reheated some leftover thin spaghetti and served that to us. And I was just like enthralled by the idea of like, wow, you can eat pasta for breakfast? Not sure why my family never did that. We also didn't tend to have pizza for breakfast either. That was a joy I discovered much later in life. All right, now to taste this. And again, this is the mushroom egg Spaetzle from Aldi's. Is this hot? No. Okay, move that over there so you can see it. Actually, I should probably grab a thumbnail. Back in a bit. Okay. All right, through the magic of editing, everything's been cleared out of the way. Let's cut the egg and see if I. Oh yeah, I think it's. I hesitate to say perfect, but anyway. I don't think I actually may have nailed the egg. But anyway, pizza and pasta for breakfast was something that I did not experience until I was no longer living in my parents' house. Yeah, we had a lot of cereal, hot cereal, cold cereal. On the weekends, my mom would do the whole, eggs and whatever. She was a very good cook. But both she and my father were, gosh, when were they born? 1940s? Yeah. So I mean, it was a different era. So they started raising children together in the very early 60s. So, pretty much nobody, well, nobody like us ate things like spaghetti for breakfast or pizza for that matter. This was in the days of yore before the pizza wars. All right, so enough blathering. Let's taste this. That's good, but it needs a little help. But it's not flat. I think the sour cream fixed that. But like many German foods, it's just kind of a little needs a little oomph. So we're adding a little oomph. I looked up how much this cost because I forgot how much it was. It is traditionally available only during October. And I can't remember if the October thing is called October week or if that's a different week. But during October, if I recall correctly, which I think is when I purchased this, they have a bunch of German specialties because, that's where Aldi originated right after the World War. During the time of food shortages, two young men observed their mother struggling to find food, much less affordable food, and keep them all fed and alive. So when they grew up, they started what would eventually become Aldi Sud, Aldi South, and Aldi North, and Aldi North. And then they spread to America and took over Trader Joe's. And I can't remember if Trader Joe's owns Aldi or Aldi owns Trader Joe's. I think Aldi owns Trader Joe's. Okay, that's good. That's exactly what I needed. But I was looking up the price and I realized it is not available right now. It is apparently a seasonal item and you can find it in October. So, but if I recall correctly, I think it was either $1.49 or $1.79. And they come in mushroom egg Spaetzle, cheese egg Spaetzle, and onion egg Spaetzle. And in my opinion, all of them are very good. So I'm going to have one more bite with the Spaetzle, the mushroom, and the egg. We'll rate it. I feel like this meal was 4 out of 5, but I feel like it's a 4 out of 5 because I added stuff. I feel like if I had not added the mushrooms, the sour cream, and the egg, I think it would have been more like a 3 out of 5. But if you toss an egg in, which is not expensive, and you toss some leftover mushrooms in there, which is also not expensive, or if you don't like the texture of mushrooms, just some sour cream, it's definitely a 4 out of 5. So yeah, I would give this a 4 out of 5 for the price. It's excellent because I consider that package enough to serve 3 as a side dish. If you're serving as a main, yeah, you're gonna need like half a package, but I think most people serve it as a side dish. It's not the sort of thing where you can go into a German restaurant and order like, oh, I just like Spaetzle, unless you're like a vegetarian. And in some German restaurants, like the more conservative area of Germany, like Bavaria, they don't have a whole lot of vegan or vegetarian options. If you're in the larger cities, not in Bavaria, you'll find tons of options. And even in the mid-tier cities in Germany, not in Bavaria, I think. I could be wrong. All the Bavarians are gonna be like, um, but if you go to a German restaurant and they don't have like a whole section for vegan and vegetarian, your only option might just be Spaetzle. So, but other than that, usually you would order like something else, like a cutlet and some Spaetzle, or whatever they serve you. You know, sausage and some Spaetzle is a side dish usually. But anyway, enough blathering. This is what I do on my channel. I do a lot of cooking content. We also do some produce unboxing. Like, that's where I get my $3 a dozen eggs. And some product reviews. Well, I guess this would be a product review. I'll probably put it on like the cooking playlist and the product review playlist. But anyway, if you like that kind of boring stuff, come on over my channel. Think about hitting like and subscribe. But even if you don't, have a fantastic day. Please do be careful driving. Well, this probably won't drop until after the storm's gone. Yeah, we'll probably have an awful January. I have a bad feeling it's going to be quite the winter. All right, have a fantastic day and stay warm and safe.